What's up, everyone? It's J-Mac, and welcome back to Bigfoot Input. I got a stack of new pictures, and I'm dying to get into them, so let's just get started. So this one is out of Bigfoot World, Kathy Westerman's group. IR footage shows this guy. Got an interesting eye set there, and looks like maybe a nose structure and a frowning face, maybe an inquisitive face. I don't know. I don't know what that is, but it's showing up on IR and not on regular footage. But it's very interesting. We had to throw that one in there. Thank you, Kathy. For anyone wondering, we will be going live this week. It'll be Friday evening, probably 7-ish. This is Eric James. I haven't seen him in a while, but he's got this sort of hulking structure here, which could be anything at that point, but when you get up here and you look, hang on, sometimes I have to get it myself. All right, there it is. So what I'm seeing is one of two things, really. It could be an eye here and an eye here and a nose here. I think that's the play right there. I see it a couple different ways, but I think this foliage right here is making my mind see it the incorrect way. Because this right here, this weird little like pixelated leaf here, I think is making it look like there's, a big mouth here and it's coming in from the side. It's a whole thing, but either way, I think it's right here. I think it's eye there, and nose here, and then there's some hair in the face here. I don't know if you can actually make out the mouth or not, frankly. But yeah, very cool picture, Eric. Thank you. I think we saw this one already, didn't we? Didn't this supposed to be like a Yowie or whatever? They called the police, and the police were like, oh, whatever. I mean, yeah. There you go. If it's playing devil's advocate, I mean, if it's not, my only question is this. I don't know the answer. Is it one creature or is it two? Because you can clearly see a head here and a face, and that it makes you assume that this is associated with it. But I don't know. This thing has kind of a long neck, and then whatever the hell this blob is that goes with it, or does it go with it? I really don't even know. It's hard to tell. Still, it's weird and it's cool, and we like it. This is just different, people circulate these pictures in different ways, and this one says that, he was told to call the police, and it's not his first encounter, lock the doors, blah, 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 whatever. But either way, it's the same photo. So sometimes, I don't know, people put different narratives on the photos, and then you don't know what's real and what isn't. Dennis Herstad here. Speaking of not knowing what this is, I have no clue. It's really weird though, like whatever it is, it looks like maybe like an eye structure there. You can see the nostrils, one nostril there, two nostrils there on this nose structure. And I'm assuming, based on that information, I'm assuming that this is the other eye socket of this weird little creature. And then does it have like tall ears, or does it have no ears? And this is just the wooded area behind it, which I think that's the answer. So I think what we're seeing is this face structure right here. Could be something going on right here, but I don't want to get into it. I don't believe in it enough to spend time on that. But very cool picture, Dennis. Thank you. All right, I know it's not Bigfoot related, but I find this meme hilarious. Absolutely, that the orcas have figured out how to just rip yachts apart from underneath for whatever reason they have. I don't even not even sure that they understand why they're doing it. Maybe it's just fun, or they find that to be territorial. The things invade their territory. I don't really know, but like I said, I find that hilarious. Wayne Lewin, northwest Australia, something like that. Where's he from? North southwest. Comes back with this. Try to get as close as you can, but then it starts getting real pixelated. But you got an eye there, obviously, and an eye there, and a nose, and you can see the nostrils there and there. And then what looks to be like maybe like a mustache of some kind, because your lips are right here. You can see the discoloration right there on the lips. And then over here, it could be wearing some sort of ash on its face or something to help camouflage, but definitely something there. Same thing in these pictures here. You got the eye there, nose structure. Sorry, my tablet's making noise. Thank you, Wayne. Another one from Kathy, also not Bigfoot related, but just too cool not to include. Some of the IR footage she gets out there is just wild. And this is quite obviously this faceless, I would say, man wearing a hat. There's your hat right there, and comes up over here. Man, that's wild. It's over here to same footage, same picture. Thank you, Kathy. All right, this one, Tommy Boy Productions sent me this. Says he didn't see anything until he came back with the pictures. And we've heard that story before, right? So what I'm seeing here is a cone-shaped head that goes all the way up. So what I'm seeing here is a cone-shaped head that goes all the way up and back down. And I'm seeing that protruding, eye structure, that cranial ridge that they all have. Well, I shouldn't say all, but seems to be pretty commonplace. And then that comes down into the nose structure, kind of almost like a snout here, like it could be dealing with some type of gugway, which is pretty much a Sasquatch, just different facial features. And then you get a little bit of a shoulder action. Of course, no neck usually, but I believe that's the shoulder right there. So I gotta hand it to you, Tommy. Hell of a shot there. Of course, like I said, Tommy says he didn't even know it was there until he saw the picture. So that's often how that goes. Boise Bigfoot posted this one, said this woman was walking her border collie when she sees this huge ape-like creature, ape-like beast. And, yeah, okay. At first glance, I don't know. Sublime has a song that says, "Ain't nothing wrong, ain't nothing right." And that's how I kind of feel about this picture. I'm like, it's I don't know what's going on here with the face. It looks like it has a half a face exposed. Like, is it wearing some sort of mask? I really don't know. And then it's just got this big, huge back. Like, maybe it's hunched over. All right, I get that. So I don't know. And then the head is very just human-like and not really as much Sasquatch-like. But I gotta put this one on the maybe, over there in the corner. I'm kind of leaning on no, but we'll give it the maybe. I don't see anything in the picture is just, obviously it's terrible quality and is not going to really give you enough details to decide, so I guess they call that a blob squatch, but I've seen blob squatches with far less detail than this, but as you can see the eye and even like the nose, but then after that it gets hazy, so we'll just leave that one out into the ethereal. Alright, so this one comes with a story. This guy told me, he goes, I've got better pictures than what you're showing. And I said, well, hey, put up or shut up, and he did. And he sent me a picture. He said he didn't want to be identified. I could use his first name. I don't know his first name, so we'll call him BJ for right now. But BJ says the first time he went out here, he said he had an encounter with no picture, and everything was okay. He said he said it was exciting. He said it was weird, but it was a little scary. But he said it was pretty well exciting. But the second time he went, now I don't know if that means he encountered a different Sasquatch from the tribe, which is highly possible, or if this particular Sasquatch tolerated his presence the first time but decided not to tolerate it the second time. He said that the second experience was not friendly. Not a lot of details there, sorry. He shared as much as he was willing to share. And he ended up, let's just say that he was very scared, and he, in fact, kind of urinated on himself. I have no other nice way to put it, but on his way getting out of the forest to get back to his truck to get home. And since then has not gone back deer hunting. He said he has a hard time getting out of his truck before dawn. And that could have been, that this, like I said, it could have been that maybe he ran up on, mom one day or the kids one day, and then the next day he encountered dad. And if dad says, you're in my forest hunting my deer, get out of here, and shows you aggression, then he absolutely did the right thing and got the hell out of there. But anyway, here's the photo evidence. He said that he barely got a shot off with his camera to capture this creature right here. And there's your cone shape. There's one eye, two eye, deep cranial ridge, big nose structure, mouth structure right there, and then looks like you have some, I think this is skin or maybe fur discoloration in various areas due to age or something like that. And then of course the face is surrounded by fur. So yeah, I mean, legitimate picture, and sorry to hear that this guy had this experience, but you gotta understand these creatures are creatures, and it's like, yeah, if you, I mean, we don't we're not welcome to walk into each other's homes unless we know each other, right? And if this creature is like, hey, this is my home, and I've seen you out here with a gun, and you're out here shooting deer, and I need those deer for my family, and I think that he just got a little warning, and he heeded the warning, and I think that's the end of it. He could have been brazen and went back out there again and got into a standoff or whatever, but he followed the protocol, and basically I think and he's fine now, aside from a little bit of psychological damage, obviously. But anyway, I appreciate him sharing his picture with us and his story. And yeah, best of luck to you, BJ. Got another one here from Eric James. To zoom in on this and show you. It does start getting pixelated, obviously, in this, because it's so far away and we're trying to zoom in on this thing, but I think we can obviously make out the facial structure here, right? And there's the forehead, large, sort of it's hair. I mean, I don't want to say headdress in the way that, it's not really artificially made, it's just hair, but Yeah, a large head on the creature, and if you zoom out, you can see how bulky it is. You know, big Sasquatch. So again, thank you, Eric, for sharing that. I believe first timer on Bigfoot Input is Sharon Buck, who shared this photo through Daryl Denton's group, and we asked her permission to showcase it, and she agreed. So she calls this creature, and I may mispronounce this, but I'm going to say Kiwok, and she says that she adores him. A very, very cool picture here. You can see that the he has his mouth open, and there's the nose structure right here, very defined. Two defined eyes. You could see the nostrils if this photo was just a little, if I screw with the lighting and stuff like that. But I don't typically do that. I just show the photos as they are. But if you did some enhancements, I think this would really pop out. This seems to be the same color as his flesh, so I'm not sure what this is. Yeah, I'm really not sure, but it has these like little, I don't know. I don't know. It almost reminds me of some type of little instrument, but like a musical instrument. But I'm not gonna go that route. I'm just saying that's kind of what it reminds me of. But and then I do feel that if you look up here and here, you're getting something else, and these could be pareidolia, but just bear with me for a second. Look right here. Right here. I'm seeing like an eye there, an eye, and a nose structure, and a mouth. And there's like some hair up here. It almost looks like it's kind of like fading in, I don't necessarily know that I buy into that, but I do believe these creatures have a strong chameleon-like, ability to blend into their environment. So whether they can fade from different dimensions, I don't get into that subject, but I do think that could be a second creature right there behind this one, um, that is further camouflaged. I'll put it through that way. How about that? I think he has a different level of camouflage than this one, most likely on purpose. Thank you for sharing, Sharon. All right, and let's see. Well, okay. Appears to be a pretty big Sasquatch carrying something in his right hand. What is that? Like maybe like a deer hide or something like that. You know. Um. First thing that I see is no genitalia. So that's usually, it's funny, these pictures that are like pretty clear of a Sasquatch where they have no genitalia. It's like, do they do that so it can be mass produced and like put out, because if you put it out there and it's got, Bigfoot is, swinging, it might be considered some sort of nudity and they may not allow you to do the picture. I don't know. I often wonder, and then I'm like, all right, well, then maybe is it just we don't know enough about Bigfoot anatomy and it is real. I don't think this one is though. I have some reasons. Um, all right, look at the leg here. In fact, let me zoom in on a little bit. Just say, look at the leg. Okay, look. I'll do that. Look at the left leg versus the right leg. Okay, this leg, that leg. This leg has a long thigh, which comes to the knee because he's stepping, forward, and his foot comes down into what is supposedly, I guess, long, tall grass because you can't see it. You can see the knee right there, and you can start kind of see the shadow of the leg here. And if you come over here to this leg, he must be standing in a hole. Because this leg, the knee should be right about here. I'm just, something's not adding up there. Like, and I wish I could like pinpoint exactly. It's just something to do with the ratio of the legs. It's off, and it's not like I sometimes I don't buy into that argument of, well, the arms have to be longer, they have to be near the knee. No, I don't buy that, but I do buy that his legs should be the same length of each other. That seems like kind of a no-brainer. So because of that, mainly, I'm gonna say that this is, I think it's AI generated. I think it's fake, and just the whole damn thing is blurry. Not just the Sasquatch. I mean the leaves on the trees are blurry. It almost looks like a painting of some kind. You know, I mean, I guess that could be it. It could be a painting. Look at the leaves. Like, see how it's all like just one dimension? Like there's nothing sticks out. You know. I don't know. He's even leaving a little bit of a shadow there, which is even weirder. You know. So I don't know. Like I said, nothing adds up in that picture for me. I'm just gonna pass on that one. I don't think that's good. Wait. Hold on. I think we skipped one. Nope. And here, right into Squatchville, the Bigfoot amphitheater. Interesting group. They always have cool stuff. Talk about, quantum physics and stuff like that, and I dig quantum physics. But let's see. Let me zoom in on what we're here to see, which is this guy right here. Big, kind of bright eyes, nose. You can't really make out much of the mouth, but he's definitely there. And then if we go down here, kind of looks like the same guy, but with like different, like he turned or something. He's like different facial angles. But he's here, and then he's here, and I think it's the same creature. It's just, yeah, this has different lighting, obviously, than these. But his face is different each time you go back, and I think that he's actually making, yeah, he's making changes in his face, which obviously just proves that it's not a mask. That's, one of the things we look for. But very cool, though. Very cool. And if you ever want to investigate quantum physics and just kind of know what it's about, I will tell you that it is the most fascinating subject that you will ever encounter. And there's a book. Actually, I listened to an audio book called The Field, and I believe it was like 10 hours, maybe 14 hours. I was listening to it on the way to work every day. I listen to pieces of it. It puts quantum physics in sort of a layman's term that you can understand, and it's mind-blowing. Absolutely 100% mind-blowing. So I would recommend that to anyone. Thanks for letting me rant. Catherine Norris here from New Zealand. Got a cool picture of this dude. I think we've seen this before. Big cone-shaped head, big nose structure there, eyes. He's peeking through the bushes at her. And peeking over here as well. Can't move the photo. But these are obviously the same picture, but it's just side by side. Thank you, Catherine. And we're gonna go back to Eric James again. He said he's been showing up a lot lately. I haven't heard from him in a while. But yeah, just eyes, nose, mouth, big head there. They make themselves known, but then also not. So. But that would make it that we would assume that the rest of this is kind of torso and legs and things like that. So all the pieces of a Sasquatch. Another one from Kathy here. IR footage. Eye, nose, mouth, chin structure there. And it looks like some hair maybe coming up over the forehead there. peeking between two trees. Very cool, Kathy. Thank you. Just want to make sure I didn't skip one. Sorry, I'm using a new system. I generally give credit to whomever the photo came from. This one has seemed to have slipped between the cracks for me. I apologize for that. I believe it's Eric James, though. I believe he's been posting a lot lately, and I'm fairly certain that this was his. But if I am wrong, I apologize and please correct me. Um, yeah, but I think it is. I remember him saying that he felt a lot of love coming from this creature. Um, so like I said, I could be wrong, but I'm gonna go with Eric James on that because I'm literally right in the middle of production of this video, and I just realized that I didn't mark who it came from, and that's a mistake on my part. But anyway, if I'm wrong, I will correct it. But as of right now, we're gonna credit Eric for that. This really cool photo of this creature. You can see the head, and there's very defined eyeballs and a nostril on the nose and the lips. It's all very defined. It's just behind this sort of bushy foliage here. But it's a crystal clear shot. All right, this one's weird for me. So this Alice Chapman here posted this. She posted it in Daryl Denton's group, and she says it was near Savannah, Georgia, and she says there's nothing in this yard or this area, I should say, other than trees. So we're looking at, it seems to be like kind of a populated area too. There's like some signs over here, and this looks like a paved road, and this is a dirt road. That does not prove anything, yay or nay, though. Just pointing out some common things. So this is what we're looking at. A lot of people are shouting, cut out, cut out. Well, I'll tell you what, fine. I can see, like this, I don't know, this leg is a little suspicious. But anyway, if it's a cutout, it's homemade. Because I've seen tons of Sasquatch cutouts, and none of them look anything near like this. I mean, not even close. So I don't feel it's a cutout. That doesn't make it a Sasquatch or a Bigfoot, though. But yeah, I'm a little torn on this. I mean, you can see the left leg here and the right leg, which again, proportionally don't exactly make sense, but it's also not that far off the mark considering it's just a shadow. Like we're not looking, all we can see is black. We can't just see any details. But anyway, that left leg comes up, and I think don't get this mistaken. This big, like circle-ish type thing back here is, I think, part of the trees. So what we're seeing is this creature here, maybe arm here, maybe arm here, maybe. It's just a lot of maybes, and I'm zoomed all the way in, and that is all I can make out. I guess you could chalk it up to the camera quality. I mean, if anybody wants to jump into Bigfoot and portals, now is your time to shine. I don't do that. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I could see the argument here in this picture. I'm going to have to leave that one at that, unfortunately. We're going to put a pin in that one and leave that as yeah, I don't know. As we don't know. So moving right along. Oh yeah, this was another one from Wayne Lewin. Again, Australia. I'm gonna show this real quick. I thought it was kind of neat. I think you have two juveniles here. You have this one right there, and then I think there's one over here too. Maybe this one's in movement because it's blurry as hell, but this one you got the mouth and the nose with the nostrils and the eyes and your cranial ridge and a little fat dome head. Look at that. That's a perfect little. It's a great shot of what I think is a juvenile. I think they're in a nest. Very cool. Thank you, Wayne. Catherine Norris says he's just showing a forehead today. So forehead's here. Dome head is up here. But you can also see the nose right there and maybe the top lip right there. So I think we're too close for pixelation. There we go. We gotta back it up. There you go. That's pretty good. His eye would be right here. It's shadowed. You can't see it, but very cool, Catherine. Thank you. All right, guys. That's it for me. I just wanted to say thanks for watching. Don't forget about our sister channel, Cryptic Input, if you like dark stories with no happy endings. We will be live again on Friday evening, and I got a special little surprise for you guys. So let's call it Friday at 7 p.m. EST, something to that effect. I'll announce it right beforehand, but this is J Mac, and I'm out.